Greetings, friend. Not only will I show you how to solve this puzzle by our featured setter for February, Amber Dot, without any marks, I'll explain all the tips, tricks, and strategies as I do it. And stay tuned because I'm going to give you another cool insight about our featured setter. Click below if you want to give it a go. With that, it's solving time. I love this. I'm calling this puzzle merry-go-round. And what I like is you can first look at the fives. I got 5, 5 here, and a 5 there means we can solve for 5. It's the only place left for a 5 here in block 9. And there's a lot of patterns in this puzzle you want to kind of follow around as we go around the circle here. So these two 5s in rows 8 and 9. With this 5 in column 2 means this has to be a 5. The only place left in block 7. These two 5s with the 5 across row 1 means it has to be a 5 right there. And then with the 5 coming up, column 4 and the 5s in rows 4 and 6, the only place left for a 5 in block 5 is right here. And then we got the one last place for a 5 is right there. Okay, you can look for 2s now. Columns 8 and 9 with a 2 in row 2 means there has to be a 2 right there. And then if we look at the 8s, I got an 8 here and an 8 here, means this has to be an 8. If you look at this 3, the only place left now for a 3 in block 4 is right there. And so I'm going to kind of show you something here pretty cool about this puzzle, and hope you notice it, because I noticed it when I first started solving it. You see how the 7 and 4 come up here in column 7? The only two places left for them are right there. So that's a hidden pair of 7 and 4, and I'll kind of mark that with purple. Cool. If you come across here with the 7 and 8, you'll notice the only two places left for the 7 and 8 are right there. So that's going to be another hidden pair of 7 and 8. And then the 8 and 3 we already solved. You see how it goes right there with the hidden pair? And then across with this 3 and a 4 means the 3 and a 4 will be right there. So you want to look at those hidden pairs. And then the hidden pairs basically also will create a naked triple. So right here is a naked triple of the other 3 candidates. So besides the 4 and 7, what's left in this block? It'd be a 1, a 6, and an 8. So I could look over here and see if there's parts of the 1, 6, 8 solved. There isn't yet, but what this 1, 6, 8 does is it restricts the candidates now in column 7 here. And so instead of the 1, 6, 8, it looks like we still need a 3 and a 9. So if we had a 3 or 9, we could solve those. I want to point that out because I'm going to be using that throughout the rest of this solve. And it's just fun. It's fun how this puzzle is set up, and I really enjoyed. So I'm glad I get to feature it. All the things I've done by Amber Dot, really enjoyed doing that. So let's look here in column 1, right? Where can a 7 be in column 1? Well, 7 can't be here because of this 7. Can't be here because of this 7. So this actually has to be a 7. And now we can figure out the 7, 8 that's right there, right? Got this 7, this 7. I mean, this is a 7, this is an 8. So we can immediately do that solve. And what's left is a 6 and a 9. I see a 6 right here. So this is your 6, and that's your 9. And you'll see we'll start filling in these blocks like this as we go through the puzzle. All right. Next, let's look at the 3s. Okay, so we got this 3, 4 cutting across here. So it means a 3 and 4 are in that spot. And so I'll make the mark again to show that this is a 3 and a 4. So it's basically a pointing pair. So now you have this 3 in column 4. 3 has to be one of these two spots. So 3 can't be in either of those spots in column 5 or in block 5. And you have this 3 cutting across here. So there's only one place left for a 3. We can actually solve a 3 for that spot right there. And so I wanted to kind of show that to you because we can take advantage of these pointing pairs. Now we can actually do the same thing with the 4 because we know there's got to be a 4 in one of those two spots. That's this 4 cutting across. So 4 can't be there. 4 can't be in these two spots. 4 has to be in one of those two spots because of 4, 7. So 4 can't be here either. So we can actually solve this cell right here for a 4, right? Because of the pointing pair, it can't be there. You got this, got the 4s there, got this 4 coming down. You can solve that for a 4. Pretty cool, huh? I love how Amber Dot put that into these puzzles. And if you look and just use your working memory, you can actually make quite a few solves in this puzzle moving forward. And so now let's look here. What are we missing in column 6? Looks like we're missing a 1 and a 7. I see a 1 right there. So here's your 7, and here's a 1. And remember, this is a 3, 4, so this has to be Looks like a 2 and a 9. I got a 9 right there. So here's your 9 and here's your 2. And so we just kind of keep making those marks in the blocks. All right, what are we missing here? Looks like we're missing a 2 and an 8. I see my 2 right here. So here's your 2 and here's your 8. And I know I can immediately come up here. I can solve this for an 8. Awesome. And so now, because I saw those two 8s there, and then what do we have? It looks like we're missing a 1 and 6. I see my 1. So here's a 1 and here's a 6. I got a full house now coming across row 4. So 2. And so a great setter like Amber Dot will build this flow and reward you for spying the patterns that will lead to solving the puzzle. And that's what she's doing right here. And before I move on, I do want to share my neat setter insight about Amber Dot for this particular puzzle. So Amber Dot has a degree in mathematics and a degree in computer science. She actually works in a museum, and when she's not making or solving puzzles, she does some other hobbies like Tetris, Rocket League, poetry, makes pixel art, really cool stuff. A lot of talents there. I love hearing about what these setters do besides making Sudoku puzzles. She's really great at Sudoku, as you can tell here. So let's move on with the rest of the solve. So what's right here, we need a 6 and a 7. Remember, 7's part of this pointing pair here. So this actually has to be your 6 and that's your 7, which creates another cool full house. We know we can solve this for a 6. We know that's a 4, 7. This has to be a 1. All right. So we kind of worked our way around and we're continuing to make these great solves here. Okay, let's look up here in row 1, okay? Where can an 8 go, right? An 8 can't be there because of this 8. Can't be here because it's blocked off. The only place left for an 8's right there. And then we have a 1, 9. I see the 1 right here. So here's your 1 and here's your 9. And now I'm going to look at the 1s and go, okay, I need to solve for a 1 right here. So we're, again, creating a lot more restrictions. And these two 1s in row 7 and 8 and this 1 coming down, column 7 means this has to be a 1 right here. And can we finish off the 1s? It looks like yes, because the only place left for a 1 is right here because of these two 1s and the 1 coming across row 2. Awesome. And what do we still have that 4, 7 right there. Can't solve that yet. Let's come back here. We got a full house. We know that has to be a 2. Looks like we have a 3, 4 here, 3, 4 here. And let's follow these 2s. We got two 2s in columns 1 and 3. We got 2s here. So we actually solve this cell for a 2, which is nice. This has to be a 4, 9 to finish column 3. So that's a 4, 9. This would then be, looks like a 7 and a 6. I got my 6 right here. So here's your 7 and here's your 6. Okay. And now these two 7s means one of these spots has to be a 7. The other one has to be an 8. Okay, I got my 8 right there. So here's your 7 and here's your 8. See how the flow just keeps on working? And now remember, working memory, 4, 7. Got my 7 there. So here's your 7 and here's your 4. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And now with these two 4s, I can solve this cell for a 4. If you remember, we had the 3, 4 over here. So we go 3 and a 4. And it looks like only place left for a 3 in row 3 is right there and completes row 3. And now look at these two 3s. Only place left for a 3 down here in block 9 has to be right there. And now you remember this is a 3, 4. So here's your 3. Here's your 4. All right, we're creating a nice full house. I need my 9. I need my 4 right there. I called those out earlier. Awesome. And the way we're going to solve block 9 is to look at the full house first and go, we're missing a 6. And what's left is now a 9. Come up here. I don't see a 9 up here, so I know I can solve that for a 9 right away. And the last cell is a 6. Check out this other puzzle if you want to see some more great solving by Amber Dot. Thank you so much for letting me feature you during the month of February. You're an awesome setter. Join the Smarty Party. Click on the membership link below. We got puzzle hunts going on right now. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching.